guys, here we go. It's a great day for a lot of reasons today. We're taking the car down to Salt Lake, go pick up a really cool car. Car I've had for quite a few years. David at 2JZ MotorSports, as you can guess what he probably works on, Supras. So I have my Mark IV Supra, just finished it, 3/4 stroker, like all this good stuff. When we get down there, we'll go through the build, what I did to it, and the current setup on the car. So we're gonna take down, since it's a great day, it's blue skies, and it's America's Day. We're driving a Ferrari for America's Day. It makes total sense, right?
So we're here at 2JZ MotorSports, got some really cool cars in here, a bunch of Supras as you can see, all Supras all over the place, and we're gonna pop the hood on Jace's and see what we got.
So, basically, it's pretty stock, just a few mild modifications, right,
Yeah,
David?
That's it. Stock block.
Just a nice fancy 2JZ MotorSports cover.
Yeah, that's all we did.
So this car originally was like a pretty fun setup. Had like, it was like 900 to 1,000 wheel setup on a real street block. It didn't have billet mains or anything, so you couldn't push it past that much more than that. And then it had a 71 Zona, 72 Zona turbo, something like that.
Yeah, the 105/69 Zona, which was a good turbo.
Yeah, it lit up really good. It was just obviously stock displacement, and it had a non-VVTi head on it, but the car was amazing actually.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And then I just, knowing me, I want more power because I feel like that just makes me cooler. Isn't that how it works?
Something like that.
That's what David told me. He says if I spent like all this money that I'd be cooler. So I was like, okay, I want to be cool. So we went all out. What do we do to it, David?
So we did our 3/4 stroker block. We did our VVTi head. We did a virtual works. We upgraded your intake. We upgraded your fuel system. Put the ID 2600s. Intercooler, we kept it the same. You had it's an ETS 5-inch core. That's a great core. You still were using the virtual works manifold. We just upgraded your turbo to, it's a G42 1450. Which is a 79-75 turbo, like in precision terms.
Okay. A little bigger than before.
Yes, a great turbo. We ended up making 1408 all in at 40 pounds. Damn! Made 1100 torque, which that's super impressive. Yeah. Transmission, we did our T56, but then we had Bowler upgrade it to handle the torque. Clutch, we just switched to the FX1000 twin disc. Which is a 10-inch disc, which should handle the power you're making. Besides that, and then we're doing AEM Infinity is how we're controlling the car.
Okay, pretty much, it's set up for obviously flex fuel, obviously mainly going to run on ethanol, E80, E85, somewhere in that realm. We did do 15-inch wheels because we tried to put the power downs. We had the Mickey Thompson streets, right?
Yeah, which they do okay up to about 1100, 1200, and I think the car was still doing pretty good if you kept the boost down around 30, 32
pounds. It would hook a little better.
We might have to start working on your suspension now.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get every bit out of it, to hook up down lower.
Yeah.
That's we're not going to do it with Megan coilovers.
I mean, I like Megan. She's a great gal.
Yeah.
Doesn't make the best suspension.
We'd have to work on sway bar adjustment, maybe upper control arms, and then a little better, softer coilover.
Obviously, once you go to this level of power, then you're just kind of chasing other little issues, but we've buttoned up a lot of it, so it's getting close. So the car ended up getting repainted just because it's had an old paint job that wasn't very good on it, so we redid it. we're gonna get it cut and buff, so we'll be taking that here in the next probably few days to the shop. They'll have them cut and buff it, get everything put back together, and then I'll probably just gonna throw my BC forged wheels back on the bigger ones. Street wheels, turn the power down just for it to drive it around. I'll probably just drive on low power just to get the clutch broken in the rest of the way, because I'm not really good at being nice to the car. Those wheels will force me to have to take it easy. So, but yeah, it's a great car. David's has an incredible shop. Probably one of the biggest Supra builders in the country. People ship their cars into him all over the place. All he does is Supras, like it's like a factory. He's a genius with them. I've been super impressed with everything he's done. And if anyone else obviously wants like a high-end Supra build, like done right, obviously there's plenty of places you can go where he'll maybe cut some corners, but David doesn't do that. He does everything like legit, because he's had so much track record with these cars. He knows the right way to go about it to build a proper like car at whatever power level you want. Obviously you can go all the way up to that 1500 wheel if you want to get crazy, but he builds a lot of good street Supras too. Definitely highly recommend David. He's a great dude, been good to work with. Even with me, I'm a pain in the butt. I'm not an easy person to deal with, but so he's been really patient with me, which I appreciate. But yeah, once we get the car done and buttoned up, we'll come back and do a little overview of it, and yeah, get some more footage of it driving and everything. So it's gonna be awesome. Guy named Ron, I guess. Just over here at Supercar Ron's Import Pop-Up? Is that what he's calling it? So just JDM stuff, mainly. Obviously he's got his new Ferrari, just picked up an F40. It's like an LM conversion, it's sick. I'm gonna go check it out. So yeah, we're just here. Got my buddy Manpree, he does curry pizza, he does all the big car meets, so parked next to his Evo. That car, me and that car go way back. Back when I used to give him the mad gap in my Subaru STI. Made him cry. So yeah, it's cool. We're gonna check out these cool cars and meet everybody. Alright guys, so we're over at 2JZ MotorSports. Just had to get some paint issues fixed on the car. The hood, the actual hood that needed to get put back on the car because it didn't have a safety latch and it blew up. It wasn't me driving it, he did it. So yeah, he had to get a new hood for it. So that's back on there, the proper hood that's supposed to be on there. We're gonna go drive it over to Used Car Factory to my buddy's shop that put on all the drift parts, and then we're gonna go over like everything that's been done on the Mustang S550. So yeah, I'm excited. I haven't seen it since they put all the parts on it. So it's gonna be fun to go over and just kind of see everything that was done. I know it was like an angle kit and some other things that we did, but yeah, so we're gonna take the Supra over there and then yeah, we'll go check out the drift car. I'm on the budget build. I'm on the budget 1400 wheel horsepower build, if there's such a thing. Now I finally have a hood that's on here, so it'll be good. I'm gonna go get this car PPF now the paint work's all done. Just go cut and buff the rest of it, and then we're gonna get it to the PPF shop probably probably next week. Go get that done, get PPF on the car. So that way with the black, I don't have to worry. This like black just chips up so bad. I mean, I love the way a black Supra looks, but it's so hard to maintain. So it'd be good to get it done. Man, I love driving like drag radials on wet roads. It's my favorite. Hopefully this will be the last time it needs to get worked on for a while. We can just have some fun with it now that it's all done. This build has been such a process. Like when you get to this higher power levels, it's like you're just, especially when you completely do everything. Like I mean, trans, rear end, fuel system, you know, motor. We did the 3/4 stroker BVTI. So when you completely change the setup from what it was, I mean, change the clutch too, just because you need a little bit better clutch for the reliability and the faster shift. So it's just been a lot. It's been about a year of just tweaking with it and fine tuning it.
In 2.5 miles, turn left onto South Redwood Road.
Gotta get a little bit. That turbo's like, yeah, right. I'm not spooling up. Joke's on you. I will say David does like one of the best conversions to a 6-speed. Like I've driven this an actual 6-speed car, and like the shift pattern, everything he has like feels like a factory 6-speed. I just can't believe how good like these cars. Like this car's full AC, stereo system, like such a drivable car. Like, and even this clutch we put in here, it's not bad at all. Like this clutch pedal, like obviously you can't feel it, but it's so soft and feels, I mean, other than like obviously it's engagingness, you can tell it's a little more like grippy and stuff, but like it's so easy to drive. It doesn't fuck with your, like, you're not over here like get your leg dying because the pressure's so hard. Like it feels, I don't know, I don't think very many people would drive a car that's built to this level. It's a 1400 wheel. You know, I've had cars when you get to that power level and it's just like they are a pain in the butt to drive around. Like this car, I just enjoy just cruising it around, you know? I can actually drive this every day and it's not really that bad. And it's smooth. You don't have like all this like crazy like throttle weirdness because of the throttle bodies are huge on these, obviously, with the bigger intake manifolds and the bigger throttle bodies, but like it's still like, yeah, I mean, JR Crosby tunes it and he does a good job with the drivability. Like he puts a lot of time on the street with these cars after the dyno to really dial in the street driving on these cars, which you can tell, it shows when you take them out and cruise them around with the AC on. Oh, what do we got? Some guy just filming us trying to get free content? Who is this guy, dude? Say, like, when you go to the 3/4 stroker, the cool thing about this car is that you just get so much more like bottom end torque just cruising. So like, even though you have the huge, you know, 79 mil turbo on here, like you just get like really good, even low RPMs. I just barely get any throttle, and I just on the motor power alone, it's got such displacement on it now that it cruises, like it gets up and goes even without the turbo kicking in. And obviously the 3/4 stroker with the VVTI head, I will say, like, it does spool this turbo really well. Like you would never think this is a damn near 80 mil turbo on this car. Like how it like gets into boost, it's so cool. It's probably the ultimate build you'd want to do is the 3/4 stroke or the VVTI if you're doing a big turbo setup, because like it really does light up pretty good. It helps you have higher ethanol content. Looks like we're at like 92%, so you get a little bit more volume with the exhaust when you go higher ethanol, but